All right, let's talk about something that can feel a little intimidating when you're writing a research paper. MLA formatting. I know, I get it. It seems like a bunch of strict, annoying rules. But what if you thought about it differently? What if it was your secret weapon to make your work look incredibly professional and make sure your brilliant ideas get taken seriously right from page one? Let's dive in.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to cover why this even matters, because once you get the why, the how becomes so much easier. Then we'll get into the nuts and bolts, formatting the paper, citing your sources the right way, and building that all-important works cited page. And we'll finish up with a super quick checklist so you can hit submit on your next paper feeling totally confident.
Okay, section 1. Why does MLA even matter? Look, before we get into fonts and margins, let's just talk big picture. When you understand the purpose behind it, the rules stop feeling so random. You're not just following a bunch of instructions, you're actually stepping into a huge academic conversation. And this is how you show you speak the language.
This quote right here really just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. Before your professor even reads your amazing first sentence, your formatting makes the first impression. It's like your paper's handshake. It immediately says, hey, I'm serious about this, I care about the details, and I respect the academic process. It instantly boosts your credibility. Okay, let's get practical. Section 2, formatting the paper itself. This is all about building a solid foundation. You want your reader focused on your ideas, not distracted by a messy or inconsistent layout. So let's set the stage correctly. Let's start at the very top of page 1. There are two key things to get right. Over on the left, you've got this simple 4-line heading: your name, your instructor's name, the course, and the date. Simple. Then, up in the top right corner, in the header, you've got your last name and the page number. You get these two things right, and you are already looking like a pro. And for the rest of the paper, consistency is everything. These are the core rules. You're going to use a standard readable font like 12-point Times New Roman. Everything, and I mean everything, is double-spaced. Keep your margins at a clean 1 inch on all sides. And your title? Just center it. No need to get fancy with bold, italics, or underlining. These simple rules make your paper so much easier to read. Now, for the really crucial part, Section 3, citing your sources. This is where you really show off the muscle behind your arguments. In-text citations are way more than just avoiding plagiarism. They're how you weave your voice together with the experts and show your reader, hey, look at the awesome evidence I found to back this up. So, your main tool for this is called the parenthetical citation. It sounds a little fancy, but it's really just a short note you pop right into your text. Its only job is to be a little signpost pointing your reader to the full source information back on your works cited page. It's the essential link between your claim and your proof. And here's the best part. The basic formula is so simple. For most sources, it's literally just the author's last name and the page number inside parentheses. That's it. Something as simple as Smith 24 gives your reader exactly what they need to find the source. Easy, right? Now, a really strong paper never just drops a quote out of nowhere. You want to weave it in smoothly. Just think of it as a simple 3-step dance. First, you introduce the evidence, give it some context. Second, you provide the quote or your paraphrase, and you pop that citation right at the end. And third, and this is the most important part, you have to explain why it matters. Connect it back to your main point. Which, of course, brings us to Section 4, building that works cited page. So if your in-text citations were the little signposts along the road, the works cited page is the full, detailed map. This is the foundation of your paper's credibility, showing every source you consulted on your journey. Okay, let's talk about one of the most common spots where people get tripped up, the hanging indent. It looks a little weird at first. As you can see here, it's basically the opposite of a normal paragraph. The first line of each entry is all the way to the left, and then every line after that is indented. It seems strange, but it makes it super easy for a reader to just scan down the list of authors' last names. So here are the 5 golden rules for your works cited page. First, it always starts on a fresh, new page. Second, the title is just works cited, centered, nothing fancy. Third, you alphabetize all your entries by the author's last name. Fourth, every single entry uses that hanging indent we just talked about. And finally, the whole page is double-spaced, just like the rest of your paper. And that brings us to the home stretch. Section 5, the final MLA checklist. You've done all the hard work, the research, the thinking, the writing. This is just your last quick pit stop to make sure your paper's presentation is absolutely flawless before you send it off. So before you hit that submit button, just ask yourself these 4 questions. 1. Is my MLA formatting, font, margins, spacing, applied to the whole document? 2. Is every single source I used cited somewhere in my text? 3. Do I have a complete and properly formatted works cited page at the end? And 4. Does my paper pretty much look like the examples I've seen? This 5-minute check can honestly save you a ton of points.
Let's end on this note. I know it can feel like a bunch of small, tedious details, but when you put them all together, they have a massive impact. Paying attention to this stuff shows that you're a careful and meticulous researcher. It builds trust with your reader and makes your entire argument that much more powerful and credible.
So as you're putting the finishing touches on your next paper, ask yourself this: is it ready to make an impact? Because mastering these details isn't just about getting a good grade. It's about giving your hard work and your amazing ideas the professional, powerful presentation they truly deserve.